cats.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Hey, don't talk about my mom like that. Yeah, skip. Chat, can y'all defend me? This is crazy. She said, shut your... No, honestly?
No, where's your mom?
No, honestly, that, like, was good. I appreciate you for that. I needed that. I needed some humbling.
Girl, you probably do OnlyFans. Wait, is that Camila?
Yeah, it is, girl. Hi. Hi, Pookie.
That kid said, I refuse to be lectured by somebody that do OnlyFans. I don't know what's scarier, the fact that these kids know who she is or the fact that these kids have more common sense than a lot of grown men.
Their only excuse was, you're fat. You're fat, oh my God, estás gorda. Yeah. And they would always say these things, but I'm like, you can never say I'm ugly though. Like, you can never say this face card declines, baby, because it doesn't.
Sure, Kim Kardashian, nice coat.
This guy went on a dating app advertising that he had a criminal record for beating a woman and received over 800 plus matches. What the fuck? Messages like this, and this from interested women. I mean, what the actual shit? Come on now.
A woman said this and I'll never forget it. You've never seen two women fighting over a good man.
I live on my own. I've got a child and I'm tired. I'm tired of paying bills. Every day money's coming out of my account. The other day a guy was like, oh, you need a microwave, like, because I just moved into a new place. He was like, I'll get it for you. Do you know how gassed I was?
Clapping.
Do you know how gassed I was? The guy said, I'll get the microwave for you. I said, oh, they're like...
But you know that makes me sad what you just said, slightly. In a bit, like, I'm bittersweet because it's like, I get it. Like, I'm a mum as well, I get it. Yeah. It's bills every day, but it makes me sad that, like, we got happy because a nigga said he'll buy a microwave for us.
No, because
that makes us really die off us out here.
No, because I don't have to buy it. That money can go elsewhere.
No,
Think about the level of entitlement. She think that it's sad that this woman is happy that a random man is buying her a microwave. That's called gratitude. Of course you should be happy if somebody buys you something because they don't have to buy you anything unless you think that they should buy you things just because you exist, and that's entitlement. It's crazy because we hear her sob story and she's saying that she's a single mom, but how did she become a single mom?
When were you first aware that what I'm doing is cheating? Lois was married at the tender age of 22 and then separated 5 years later after cheating on her husband with her work husband.
What I'm gonna say is gonna sound really bad. I got to a point I needed relief.
Prior to you kissing him, what did you think you were doing?
If I was to sit and tell you everything that happened, that transpired after, you won't believe me.
You actually consummated that work relationship.
It was too much.
When you went back the second time, did you think, I'm gonna put it down now?
Got away with it. What am I doing here? I didn't know what the plan was.
Was he single or in a relationship, your work husband?
He was not single.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Oh, so she's a single mom because she cheated on her loving, faithful provider husband. You got to be careful when you listening to these people tell these sob stories online because usually they only telling one side of the story.
It's an evil world we live in.
So, like, I don't want to, like, be rude, but, like, why don't you just go, like, full bald?
I like styling my hair once in a while.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Are you streaming?
I'm recording for a YouTube video.
Are you, like, pretty popular on YouTube or just starting out?
Starting out a little bit.
And how has it been so far?
It's been a lot of depression.
Why?
Sometimes we have a goal and we see other people attain that goal and you think, why not me? I'm also working hard.
Just keep going, you know? I feel like people underestimate, like, even if you get, like, 50 views, like, 50 people, that's a lot of people.
Fills up a room.
Literally.
You smart. Matter of fact, you a genius. No. Huh?
Dumb ways to die.
Matt, can you take my clothes off?
I don't want to.
Matt, please, can you take my clothes off?
Babe, come on, I did it yesterday.
Matt, for God's sake, can you take off my clothes?
Chloe, it's not fair! You always wear my clothes!
What is your tea? My tea is that I'm in love with my best friend who is married to a man. And guess what? I'm also married to a man. Holy shit! Wait. Guys, one life. Should they be together or what? What if your man sees it? guys. Very soon. Very soon.
They pretty much just cheered on two married women cheating on their husband. I'm telling y'all, it's something in the hair dye. In nature, the most colorful animals are always the most poisonous. And I know this is an unpopular opinion, but all those tattoos, red flag. I guess if you marry somebody with prison tattoos, you can't be surprised when they start acting like an inmate.
You're a victim.
I've been.
Oh, you're fucking happy! Don't you dare! My brother has just drowned, okay?
It's not my fault he can't swim.
Oh, dare you!
At first I thought it was kind of mean, but then I looked into the context of the full video. In the full video, they on one of those real narrow roads, and this dude has a big truck and it's his turn to go through, but this lady tries to skip him and go before him, and eventually they force her to just back up, and then she starts crying and says her brother passed. Obviously his response was a little bit of dark humor, but there are people in the world that need to know that the world doesn't revolve around their emotions.
Let's do a non-political question.
So why do you think single mothers should be taxed more?
I am a single mother.
I can tell you're a single mother because you're sitting really close to me.
Christian.
What's one thing you would never buy?
I don't know, old bananas.
So you would buy a slave? Oh. So on your driver's license, what color does it say your hair is?
I'm bald. It says bald.
Oh, it does? Yeah. It literally says bald. Did you lose confidence as you lost hair?
No, as you get older, you get more confidence.
Where does it come from?
Experience.
In the bed?
Ask her.
Is he good in bed?
We've been married for 30 years.
So no?
Щоб не плодилися, їбать. Йобнута, що ли?
What's your cosplay and what have you been mistaken for?
I am Blaze the cat from the Sonic series, and I was mistaken for Gengar from Pokemon.
No, that's awful.
I got big hair, big heart, big tits, big life, big goals, big checks. Now I'm not usually one to flex, but I earned it, so I'ma talk my shit, yeah.
The Trustafarians strike again. The hippies were a group of people that wanted to have sex and do drugs, so they created a whole social movement so they could normalize having sex and doing drugs. We have reached peak capitalism in America. We have materialistic hippies.
I've had 6 BBLs, 5 boob jobs, a tummy tuck, a gastric sleeve, 6 rounds of liposuction.
And are you done?
No. He said, how does it make you feel that you spend £40,000 and you still look the way you do?
Damn, bro was on a mission to destroy her. And low-key, I ain't gonna lie, that would have worked on me. Then for him to say you spent all that money just to look like that, I ain't gonna lie, crash out. Like, I don't know why you crying, lady. You should have just crashed out. It would have been the reasonable thing to do, right? Like, he attacked you, now you get to punch holes. And no, instead you went on a podcast to cry and talk about all that work. So that didn't make any sense. You did all those BBLs, all those boob jobs. Like, what happened? Did they go bad? Did the doctor, like, mess up and just, like, left something in there? I mean, low-key, that would make sense. Like, imagine a doctor's doing, like, a BBL and he just leaves a watch in your ass. Now he has to go get it. But damn, lady. Low-key, that's a good rose. I'm using that next time.
Maybe it's just me, but it seems like a lot of these young ladies is paying for plastic surgery just to look older. 5 boob jobs is just crazy. Her doctor must have been Orochimaru.
The problem is you think you have time. On average, you get 4,000 weeks in your life. If you're 25, you've already used 1,300 of them. That's over a quarter of your life gone. The next 1,300 won't wait for you. You've got about 50 summers left, 50 times to watch the sun set and rise before the countdown begins for real. Think about it. You spend 26 years of your life asleep. You'll waste 7 years scrolling, stuck in traffic, standing in line. You're left with fragments. And every second you wait to start living, one of those fragments is gone. The present is the only time that's guaranteed. So what are you waiting for?
When I started to look at procrastination as arrogance because I'm just assuming I have more time to do it later, I started to look at life a little bit differently. And of course, I'm still working on this, but the #1 attribute I see in successful people is their sense of urgency. I noticed that if you have positive energy and you do things with a sense of urgency, opportunities will fall into your lap because people want to work with you just because you're urgent. We need to attack life like we're running out of time, because we are.
You can't say I gave up without saying I gay. So don't give up.
those typical cases, like the guys would go on blind date talking to girls. It was like, I know you guys are so desperate to marry a guy.
They'll say that.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
they say that in front of their face.
Why do you think that is? Because again, ratio would dictate that if there are more girls, then I can see that, right? When there are more guys, so wouldn't they go after girls more?
But I have to put it in a reality in Shanghai. Rich girls are here, right? And there's rich guys.
Okay.
For rich guys, they have all the options over
Yeah.
here. But for the rich girls, they only have this kind of options.
Right.
They don't want to go down.
What
here.
about regular girls that are not rich?
And regular girls are like this.
Right.
So they're always looking like this.
They're always looking
all
up. Yeah.
up. And for these guys, they have this kind of options over here. So that's what. But and they're here. They want to have these girls call their attention to look at us, but they're actually looking up to here.
So basically, if you're a regular guy, you're screwed.
So pretty much with the spread of feminism through American pop culture, the whole world is going through the same thing. We're not going to do anything to solve it because solving this issue would have to be addressing feminism, and nobody's going to want to address feminism, especially if you're a politician, because you're automatically going to lose half of the vote. I'm convinced that if we know that it's an issue, the powers that be know that it's an issue, but they don't really care because they understand that the more miserable people are, the more enticing artificial intelligence is going to sound to the average person.
This stuff was amazing. If you divorce him, text me his phone number.
I want to speak to the women out there. You tell me if you think this is fair. I'm 40 years old. I married this woman when I was 33. After only knowing her 7 months. And no, I ain't getting no prenup or none of that. But she didn't have nothing. Me, I had a $1.5 million house in Hoover, Alabama. Me, I had the Mercedes in the driveway. I went to law school. I was the one up studying all them late nights. Didn't even know who this woman was back then, right? Now, you mean to tell me it took me 40 years to make all this, and this person who I've only known for 7 years, won't have?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, bestie, but your soulmate, the love of your life, would want to date you. He's not playing hard to get. You're playing hard to get rid of.
Excuse me? Do you believe in love at first sight, or should I just walk by again?
What?
Do you believe in love at first sight, or should I just walk by again?
Just walk.
You don't believe in love at first sight? Don't wear such a nice suit again.
Let the bitch walk. I don't care.
You know, everybody wants to talk about equality, but you know, there's breast enlargement. What about penis enlargement?
There is. You know what they do is like every man has like 3 or 4 inches of dick that's like in their body, and they just pull the rest of it out.
Saying is,
Oh,
I have hope. Yeah,
So if I fucking pull hard enough.
Oh, yeah, my body just fucking left me.
Never heard you guys get more excited about something in your entire lives.
Can you tell we all have small penises? We're like just trying to be average out here.
3 to 4 inches. Is that true? There's just 3 to 4 inches hiding? Because I need you to come out, motherfucker.
Damn, I ain't even got 3 inches right now. Shit. You mean I got more inside me than outside?
I'm just a tip.
Shit, girl, you want a dick pic, you gonna need to take a fucking x-ray.
Jesus Christ. He's gonna give Chrissy a fucking heart attack.
You never get content like, dude, where you're just standing in a corner immobilized. You can't play.
What was the biggest shock for either of you guys when you got to the industry?
Half the industry is broke. And that shocked me.
That's
I
a
would
good
see,
one.
I would
That's a good
see
one.
celebrities. I would be around celebrities, rappers. No offense, but a bunch of them that's like wearing all the big jewelry or on Instagram. It's all a facade, and that's when it was like for me. I was like, wow, okay, I can breathe.
Yeah,
because I don't need to keep up with the Joneses.
Right.
Because
Right.
y'all ain't even keeping up with the Joneses yourself.
It's rentals.
It's rentals.
It's rentals. It's like Miami.
I'm
Or like
honest,
whenever they rent the cars and drive around or whatever, and then like return them.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Lambos.
Yeah.
It's
all the Lambos. Yeah.
Or even with jewelry. I think I didn't
Yeah.
realize a lot of that was that like, oh, they buy these pieces to wear in a music video or at a carpet, and then they take them back to the jeweler. These
Yeah.
are like their actual pieces when it
Mhm.
comes to rap and hip hop culture.
That's very true. Because even when I worked in hip hop, It was interesting just to see and hear stuff. Like, and again, not trying to put anybody on blast or whatever. I could name people if you wanted me to, but correct. Like, you never know. But that's the thing is, like, at the end of the day, you do not know. And that's why you cannot look at somebody and be envious over any of this.
And that's why they say comparison is the thief of all joy, because everything has a trade-off, and you shouldn't be jealous of what another person has because you don't know what they had to sacrifice to get it. And in this case, a lot of these dudes be going into debt to impress people that don't even care about them.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
Excuse me, sir. Oh, yeah? I'm looking for a fish, preferably with no teeth.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
I'm about to be on mission protect the kids from the hoes, because I had a young girl, 15 years old, tell me about all the things that she's learning from a very popular content creator on how to take advantage of men, and you don't need love, you need that dollar, you need to do certain things and he will give you that dollar. I was like, you know what, bet, I understand. If grown women want to be okay with being hoes, that's their choice. I still hope you don't go that way. But these children, these babies are learning that it's okay to be a hoe, and that it's actually glorified, it's glamorized, and it's a better advantage to be a hoe than be a good girl. It's a better advantage to go ahead and take him for every dollar he got before he gets you. They're learning that they need to give their body and not their heart, because you actually get some money when you give your body. I was like, bet. So I'm on mission to save the kids from the hoes. So I made a video a couple weeks ago called Save the Kids from the Hoes. And I was talking about how these mainstream rappers, especially female rappers, are encouraging young women to just spread their legs wide open, bust it open, okay? Do you know how surprised I was when I seen that majority of the men were the ones that were actually taking up for the children, who were in support of, yeah, we don't like this music, this ain't good for our babies to be listening to. And it was the women standing up for these ratchet, promiscuous artists that are influencing these children. What world do we live in today? I don't understand. You would think women are nurturing, loving, looking out for the kids, protect the babies. No, far from it. I encourage you to go read those comments. For so long, we bash men as if they're these horrible creatures that just ruin society. But the way it's looking, women have a large part to do with why society looks the way it does. A lot of women don't have values no more, no morals, no judgment, just out here. It's so sad.
It is weird, but if you think about the fact that there's a majority of women that are fighting for the right to be able to get rid of their own children, this seems a lot less surprising. I've been paying attention to this, and it is odd. This is like the first generation of mothers who are doing the same things that their daughters are doing on the same apps. I genuinely believe that the demon spirit Lilith is rampant in the world today. Listen to this and tell me this doesn't sound familiar. Lilith is seen as the spirit of rebellion, and her goal is to have the power of man. But since Lilith can't have the power of man, she uses her sexuality to seduce men and manipulate them. It sounds a lot like the mindset of a modern feminist, but it gets even deeper. Lilith is said to be the carrier of disease, so pretty much STDs. And since Lilith can't have her own kids, as a sacrifice to the underworld, she convinces other women to get rid of their kids. Lilith sounds a lot like a modern day feminist to me, and the more I'm learning about these stories and these mythologies, the more I'm starting to realize that our ancestors understood the human condition, and these stories were warnings to future civilizations to avoid certain mindsets that could be detrimental. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or an L, and give me the HBO special. That's a help brother out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.